Hey YouTube friends, Clayton Phillips here from Woody's RV World in Leduc, Alberta, Canada. And we are jacked up today. Why? Because we get to show you some more Ember trailers. We've got a fantastic display set up here at our dealership. We're calling this Ember Cove. And we've got 3 new Ember Overland and Overland Micro travel trailers here displayed at our dealership. We are fired up. We are the very first dealer in Canada and the only dealer in Canada to be representing this fantastic brand. And I couldn't be more excited, friends, because for the trailers that we've sold already with the Ember name on it, the customers are loving them and they are just so unique. There are so many things going on with this product that is going to challenge the market and is challenging the market, and a brand new segment in Canada specifically, but in North America it's growing, and that's the Overland off-road segment. And when I say Overland off-road, I don't mean a travel trailer that a lot of the RV manufacturers have been, conventional build and then putting knobby tires on. I'm talking about a true off-road Overland product, meaning you can almost go anywhere with this trailer. And so we're going to do a walkthrough video today on the 170 MRB. This is a 20-foot, 6-inch travel trailer from coupler to rear wall. This is a couples unit. There is no bunk beds in this trailer at all. It's got an amazing rear bathroom in it, Murphy bed in the front, and it only weighs just over 4,100 pounds. And this trailer is a tank. It doesn't weigh like a tank, but it's built like a tank. And so we're gonna jump right into it. Ember out of Bristol, Indiana, the first North American RV producer, born and bred RV producer that is starting in the Overland off-road segment. And we're gonna go ground up on this, friends, for you today. So one of the things that is very important when you're building a trailer that is a true off-road trailer is you need to have foundation. You need to have structure. You need to have a suspension system and a frame and a hull construction that eliminates or greatly reduces the deflection in a trailer. Most RVs are not like that. The body of the trailer in a lot of cases can flex and stress, and that's just how they're built. With this type of product, friends, the way that they've engineered it is putting all the emphasis back onto the suspension to do what it's intended for. And we're gonna get, like I said, ground up on this. They're using the Curt trailing arm suspension. If you notice, there is no axle on this trailer. They're using a coil spring with the bushings in between the spring, and then a dual nitrogen filled gas shock. This is a real, true independent suspension. We had a customer that just towed their 191 home, and I called him on the way home and I said, "How is the trailer towing?" He said, "Clayton, I've never pulled a smoother trailer in my life." And this is true, friends. I've pulled these trailers. We went to the Boat and Sportsman's show. We pulled these inside, and I can tell you, when I'm looking through the mirror and I'm seeing that wheel go up and down, this is the real deal, okay? Very, very smooth ride. It's gonna protect the contents of the trailer and really keep it nice and level depending on what terrain you're going over. The other thing paired with it is their Trailblazer chassis. I'm just gonna shoot up on this picture here so you can see. This little deal right here, that adjusts the camber and the alignment of the suspension and the axle. Really, really cool. Very smooth. And we're gonna show you another poster, and that's their Trailblazer chassis. Now they're using a box style chassis. And what a box style chassis is, it's not necessarily new to the industry. It's been around a long time, but a lot of the manufacturers, most of them have migrated away from it because it's costly. Your typical RV manufacturer, it's almost like a race to the bottom, and where they can cut out costs where you're not necessarily paying attention to is where they're gonna do it. With these guys, they're using a box style chassis, and what that is your main rails are a tubular steel. Very, very, very strong, okay? But why they do that is to eliminate the rolling and deflection or twisting that you can get in a conventional I-beam. So when you're pairing the independent trailing arm suspension to a box style chassis, you're building that foundation under a trailer that's going to last. It's gonna stand the test of time. Travel Air was a Canadian built product out of Red Deer where I was born and raised. They built on a box style chassis, and those trailers, they still tow to this day, absolutely beautiful. How do I know this? Because I've owned them, okay? I just sold one last year, in fact. And so Ember RV is doing all the right things to ensure that your trailer is going to stand the test of time. The other really neat thing is the hull of the trailer, the construction, the way the floor is made, the way the walls are made. This is a laminated panel construction, okay? There is no wood whatsoever in the hull of this trailer. Most trailers, they'll say they've got, you know, Asdale in the sidewalls, but then they'll put, you know, wood decking on their roof, or they'll have wood in their floor. Most trailers in the industry aren't a true composite built product. This is, other than the cabinetry inside, and they do that for warming qualities and those sorts of things, but we'll show you what they're doing inside on this product when we jump in there. But a couple of cutouts that we were able to acquire from the manufacturer, I just want to show you. We've got the floor and the wall cutout. So this is their floor. This is called Transcore. Unlike other composite built products, floors in the industry that are in some cases a honeycomb type floor which have zero screw retention, that's why you don't see table legs and stuff screwed into floors. This Transcore, friends, is unbelievably lightweight, but very, very strong, and it's got fantastic screw retention. Okay, much like plywood or even better. And what's really neat about this is that you could almost submerge this in water for like 10 years and it's gonna stay the exact same. The beautiful part about that is you don't have to worry about your floor rotting out on you. So very, very good. And the bottom of your floor is like, it's got this fiberglass skin on it. Like when you walk on the inside of this trailer, it does not move beneath your feet. Any debris, road debris, those sorts of things coming up underneath the bottom of your trailer is not gonna absorb or damage or do anything to the floor of your trailers, which is unbelievable, okay? They spent good money on this, all right? The other thing is they use a laminated fiberglass sidewall with block foam insulation, aluminum tubing in the sidewall. But the difference is that most products in the industry, the fiberglass panel is bonded to a wood backer, plywood, also known as Luan. It's almost like a sponge. So if you have an inferior seal on your trailer, or you don't forget to maintain or just neglect to maintain the sealant on your trailer, moisture can get in, and that wood panel, that Luan, soaks it up, and then you get delamination over time and rotting and all the disadvantages to that. This particular product, friends, is called Asdale. It's like 70% lighter than plywood. It's your inner wall board is Asdale, and your outer panel has Asdale on it. So even if your seal was to fail on this trailer, friends, you don't have to worry about moisture intrusion and delamination because there's just nowhere for it to go. All right, it's got a higher R value to it. It's, you know, mold, mildew, rot resistance, unaffected by temperature. So when that heat is beaten down on the outside of your trailer, it's not going to heat up as bad. Those sorts of things. Here's a piece of that Asdale as well. So full composite hull. Now I mentioned earlier, this has a fully laminated panel construction. So if you notice, unlike a lot of trailers that have a really rounded front end, okay, which is just a piece of fiberglass typically that's radiused, or they'll even do a front cap. This is a panel construction, so it's very flat, very hard edges and lines. So every panel, whether it's a roof panel, a sidewall panel, this front panel here, is laminated just like that cutout. What I really like about that is if, let's say you had a tree branch or something fall on your trailer, we can literally unbolt the exoskeleton of this trailer. Yes, I said exoskeleton, and I'll get into that next. We can unbolt the exoskeleton, order this fiberglass panel right from Ember, and bolt it back on and put your exoskeleton back together, and away you go. Super, we're not having to literally remanufacture the whole trailer. And in a lot of cases, a simple tree branch or tree falling on your trailer or what have you, depending on what it is, It could be fixable, but in a lot of cases, the insurance company is going to write it off, which is a big, arduous process and a bit of a pain. And sometimes you don't always get back what your insurance company, you know, what you paid and invested in the trailer. So what's really neat about this, friends, again, is you have flexibility with the maintenance and the care of your trailer, which is really, really nice. Now, the exoskeleton, I am unbelievably impressed with, okay? Most of your trailers in the industry, friends, they use just, you know, thinner corner moldings. You've got some screws that go in and such, right? With this particular product, their exoskeleton is thick, okay? Super thick. And this is serving a purpose, okay? This locks in, again, tying into the independent suspension, the box style chassis, the laminated panel construction, the transcore floor. This exoskeleton is greatly reducing or almost eliminating the deflection in the trailer. It's part of the overall process that almost creates a unibody construction, if you will. They even laser cut out these grooves right here, excuse me, so that these pieces, they're independent pieces, they fit together perfectly, and then they're screwed down to the trailer all the way, the entire perimeter of the trailer, the roof line, the back, everywhere you look, you're going to see that exoskeleton, and that puts a full lock on that trailer. So what that does is it takes that weight of the trailer and the terrain that you're going off of and diverts it back down into that suspension, protecting your trailer from, you know, pulling apart, corner moldings coming out, cabinetry coming out of alignment, all of the things that, you know, an overland, true overland off-road trailer, you're going to be putting it through a little bit more pressure. These guys are putting that build in to really have it last and protect your investment, which is really nice. The other thing that they do from a construction perspective is they're using what they're calling a Mylar Eternabond tape. There is no butyl putty anywhere on this trailer. And again, butyl putty, they've been using it for decades and decades and decades in the industry, is an inferior product, and it's still being used to this day because it's cheap. All right? Eternabond tape, you will not see it. It's in behind the exoskeleton, anywhere there's a corner molding, those sorts of things. And when these screws go in, what's really neat about the Eternabond, friends, is that it takes the screw, grabs the Eternabond, and sucks it down into that hole to seal in that hole. So again, they're putting all of the processes, the products, the build structure into this trailer to maximize your investment. So lots to talk about. We haven't even gone inside, but I am absolutely thrilled because this is cutting edge product and we have not seen anything like this in decades. Now, starting at the front of the trailer, the Overland Life, they wanted to give, again, flexibility depending on where you want to go. They have right up front here what they're calling their Versa coupler, which is really neat. It's not your conventional coupler that you find on most of your trailers in the industry. This is fully adjustable. So in a lot of cases, people might not even pull this trailer with a weight distribution hitch. You may want to use an articulating hitch, which acts almost as like a wrist for your hand connected to your arm. So if you're going over some aggressive terrain, it will allow that Versa coupler, the articulating coupler to move around so that if your truck is going in or going off of a different angle because you're going over some terrain, your trailer will follow properly. It's not going to put a lot of binding and stress on the coupler and ball and hitch that you might be pulling with. You've got flexibility to go up and down because, you know, let's face it, overland people that are in that lifestyle may have a jacked up lifted truck, right? So lots of flexibility with the front end of this trailer, which is really, really neat. Plus I like the latch mechanism. It's pretty hardcore. Clicks on real nice and easy. It's not your typical latch system that you find on a coupler. Okay, the other thing they have is their front jack, fully electric, but it's hidden. It's not your typical bolt-on, you know, up and down jack that you find on pretty much every other travel trailer in the industry. What's neat about that is you can fold your tailgate down flat, and you can use this here as a step to get into the back of your truck. So it makes entering and exiting the box of your truck a whole lot nicer. You're not having to crawl over the tailgate. In a lot of cases in the trailers that I've told, that tailgate on the back of my truck literally would sit right on that front jack, okay, making it more difficult to get things in and out of the box of the truck. And that front jack there, friends, folds up super flat. Like the clearance that you get with this trailer all the way around is absolutely fantastic. And what that allowed them to do by going to this type of jack is going to this front steel storage box. All right, you know, if your lithium batteries are becoming very popular, people are wanting to bring more batteries with them, you know, to be able to have a little more flexibility, or maybe even a generator, right? Depending on the tow vehicle you have, you might be pulling it with an SUV, so you know, you may not want to be putting things in the box of your truck. So right up front here, we've got dual propane tanks with automatic switchover regulator. This tray right here, where these wall and floor cutouts is a storage rack. You could pile your firewood here. If you have a portable generator that you want to bring, you can set that right up here and strap it down. Perfect spot for it, okay? And then over here, you've got a fantastic battery tray. Most of the travel trailers, friends, in the industry will hold only 2 batteries from what the manufacturer provides, and then we're having to modify and do welding and extensions and all sorts of things for people that may want to add more batteries. All right, in here you can add 4 deep cycle batteries, which is great. Whether it's lithium, AGM, lead acid, whatever you want, we can do it here at our dealership. But a spot for 4 batteries, the trailer comes with it, no modifications. Anything like that, which is really, really nice. Oh, and you could use it if you're only putting 2 batteries or 1 battery or what have you. You've got an extra storage box for some block of wood or what have you. So there's the switch for your power front jack. Key to like on this as well, friends. 1 key basically unlocks every lock on this trailer, which is really, really nice. You're not carrying that rat's nest of keys around. I just want to shoot in on the weight badge on this trailer, friends. So you can see, what does that say? Dry weight, 4,197 pounds, giving you a cargo carrying capacity of 1,223 pounds. Very, very respectable for a single axle trailer, if you will. So, and the balancing on this trailer is fantastic too. Proper hitch weight, everything. Scissor jacks on the front. Now, this has some features that our, you know, $130,000, $140,000 Solitude has. One thing, Nautilus Utility Center, friends. So this controls the water throughout the trailer. You have a water pump switch, black tank flush, outside shower right up here. They're even giving you the brass 90-degree elbow for your fresh water line so you don't kink your hose. Your gate valves to drain your tanks are up inside. They're not hanging underneath the trailer. And these are hooked up, the gate valves are in your heated underbelly as well. Your black tank, friends, is 35 gallons. Your gray tank is 35 gallons. And your fresh water capacity on this trailer is 55 gallons. Very, very respectable. And then you've got your hot water heater bypass. You're not having to pull a panel off to access the back of your hot water heater. And your hot water heater is unbelievable. It's a Truma Combi Eco Plus. It's your furnace and hot water heater all in one. And the impact to your sidewall or the outside wall of your trailer is this little vent right here. You don't have a massive cutout for a hot water heater, nor do you have a massive cutout for a furnace. And the furnace, when it's running, you can't even hear it running. Full steam ahead, you can't even hear it running. You don't have that big blower on a regular furnace kicking on, waking your guests up, waking you up at night, because let's face it, we're not used to a big roaring furnace turning on in our homes. So 12-volt thermostatically controlled heat blankets on your tanks as well, plus the furnace heat heating that underbelly. You do get an inverter standard with this trailer, the standard inverter. This is the switch for it. The inverter is located right there. That is a 1,000-watt pure sine wave inverter. It provides power to every plug inside the trailer. The only 2 things you can't run with it is your air conditioning and your microwave. Then they also have a max solar package that you can upgrade, which would come with lithium, added solar on the roof. This one standard comes with a 190-watt panel and that 1,000-watt inverter. But you'll get up to 570 watts of solar and a 3,000-watt pure sine wave inverter if you so choose. So a little access panel, tire link, tire TPMS system, standard. This is the dock for it. Comes with the module and the sensors that go on the end of your valves so that you can monitor the air pressure in your tires as you're towing them down those trunk roads and those sorts of things. So even it's got the side camera pre-prep if you wanted to add that as well. So all steel back here too, all steel. You can plug in another solar panel here if you want. Like, there's just so much going on with this trailer. Look at even how thick the baggage doors are. Like, they're not holding back, friends. If there was a value add on this trailer, they do it. Even your wheel wells, all right? They cut out, laser cut these little grooves for perfect alignment and fit. Like, you don't get this with everything else in the RV industry, friends, all right? Parking brake, each tire has a parking brake. So there's a snipe bar that goes in that tube right there, and you can lock that down, because if you're camping out in the wilderness, you know, you'll be probably camping on uneven terrain. So to level the trailer, you'll still have to roll it up onto blocks. You may not be able to chalk your wheel very well. So to be able to put that parking brake down to lock in your tire, really, really nice. The other thing that we notice with these trailers, when the 4 scissor jacks are down, 2,500 pounds each, the parking brake with that front jack, super solid on the inside. Like, they're not wobbling around like a lot of other trailers are. So 16-inch Goodyear LT225 75R16 tires. That's a real light truck tire. Very, very good quality. Goodyear. You know, up here in Canada, where you go overlanding, off-roading, you could be going over clay, could be wet clay. So to have a really nice tire where you're going to have to be doing some braking and those sorts of things to grab the ground a little bit better is real nice. And they're kind of making it look like a Jeep with that tire mount the way that they're doing it. So the chassis itself, you'll notice, is a different color. They're working through some things. Lippert, they get the chassis from Lippert. It has anti-corrosion properties on it now that will help, but they are looking at going to black. This one just happens to be gray. But yeah, they're putting a heavier coating on the outside to help prevent and greatly reduce the chances of rusting and those sorts of things. Pre-prepped for rear vision camera. One thing I want to show you is the ladder on these, fully extendable. Now this is on the Overland Micro going up to that upper tent, but you have a ladder that will connect to that bracket right there on the top corner. All right, and what's cool, I'm just gonna zip over to this one because we've got it set up on the back of this 170 MBH, but really, really nice. And I'm just gonna show you something. The transition to get up on this roof is so much safer. The ladder goes up much higher than the roof line, and the ladder comes down much lower. Your conventional RV ladder sits up a lot higher off the ground. It's closer to the back wall of the trailer. It's completely vertical, and it doesn't go up above the roof line of the trailer in a lot of cases, or very high, if you will. So it makes getting up and down the roof a whole lot harder. I shoot a lot of videos, and I go up on the roofs of the trailers, and I wouldn't normally have the camera rolling as I'm climbing on the roof of the trailer, but I'm doing it on this one because of the ladder. Much, much safer. So we're just going to zoom in over there on that 170. We don't have the ladder set up on it, but you can see that panel construction. Now notice the roof line of the trailer. It sits up a little higher at the front towards the back versus the back. So, and that's on purpose. So they actually slant the roof from the front to the back. So any water falling on it, any snow melting off is going to run down the roof line and to the back. And because this is a laminated panel construction, friends, you have a full fiberglass roof. So it's far more abrasion resistant, tree branches, those sorts of things. But like, look at the exoskeleton, the way it locks in everything. Absolutely fantastic. And then yes, you've got your 190 watt Go Power solar panel as well. So again, the value add, Winegard Air 360 plus TV antenna. I'm gonna climb down, running this camera. I'm dangerous. Here we go. All right. So you can add that gateway device, which is real slick, which is a Wi-Fi extender. You've got the big fans inside the trailer as well. So much going on with this trailer. I know I ramble on these videos. I try to give you tons of value, because if you're gonna spend, you know, potentially $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, depending on if you're in Canada, the US, wherever you're at, on an Overland Ember, you might wanna learn a little bit more about it, right? So, and I appreciate those that hang in and provide positive comments. Outdoor kitchen on this one. Of course, the griddle is optional. We option it in on every single one of them. This just slides right in. Again, all on steel bases, no wood paneling whatsoever. Okay, even these little pieces here, friends, this is all Asdale. This is not wood. Okay, you don't have to worry about moisture intrusion and those sorts of things. So, Now, there is a bit of a product change, I will say. The early windows are these European style windows. We have a few in stock and still coming with this type of window, but they are migrating away from it, going to a flush mount dual pane frameless window, same window that we would have in a Solitude, Grand Design Solitude. Little different, they're just, rather than hitting us with price increases, they made a change because they were having a hard time getting supply of these windows. I think the plan is to move back to the windows when they can, but this is what we have and this is what they're doing. So just be aware, if you really have to have this European style louvered window, which we'll get into inside a little bit, go down to your local dealer sooner than later because they will be running out. So the other neat thing that you'll find on the Ember product, friends, is, you know, let's face it, you're going out in the wilderness. They're not just having picnic tables laying out for you wherever you go. So on the floor plans, on the entry side, they do these little flip down baggage compartment tables. You can unhook them, the table's nice and thick, or the door's nice and thick, so you can use it as a workstation. On some of the bunk models that have the larger outdoor kitchens, they have a monster table that folds down, which is really slick. So this one has a 12-foot power awning. A couple of other neat things on this model, friends, is your LED light strip underneath your awning fabric there is on a dimmer switch too, so it doesn't have to be full blast like that all the time. And lots of flexibility. Just love this product, love the look. So we're gonna jump inside. Lippert fold down step on this one. So right up front here, they've been going to more like dual sofas, which is really nice. We're seeing a bit of a trend with RVers, people wanting to go to the dual sofas versus having a formal dinette. Now, for people that want to have an, you know, a bite, a sit down, little workstation, if you will, they give you these little brackets that mount to the base foot plate of the sofa on each of your sofas. You got a sofa over here too. So you got two tables that will mount there and they just sit on an arm. Arm slides in there, table sits on top. So this will fold into a bed. This has a little cup holder. Beautiful furniture. It's super comfy too. It's not your typical hurt your back RV furniture. This is a jackknife sofa. So you've got storage underneath here for remotes and such, cup holders. I just want to show you underneath your sofa here. You've got under bed storage. So if you option in the Max solar package, which again gives you that 3,000 watt pure sine wave inverter, an upgraded charge controller, lithium batteries, and more solar, you would have your inverter and some lithium batteries put down underneath here, okay? When we don't option it in, this becomes under sofa storage. Underneath this box is your Truma Combi Eco Plus hot water heater and furnace combination. Super efficient, friends. Okay, look it up. I encourage you. Ember is the only travel trailer in the industry to be gold certified by Truma for maximum efficiency on the unit that's in here. Meaning they're getting the most out of the Truma Combi than any other travel trailer that uses it, commonly used in the B van segment. Okay, but this hot water heater furnace combination obviously runs on propane. It also runs on electricity. It's got a boost feature, so if it's cold inside the camper, you can hit it on this boost cycle and it'll heat up your trailer real fast. Very, very efficient. And the user flexibility right on this control panel here, I don't know if you can see that LED screen through the, like, you've got every bit, like, really neat, nice to use. You can set time controls to it for when you want your furnace to turn on and all sorts of things like that. And then you've got an actual clock, which is cool. Convenience center here for your awning, your ceiling lights. It has the Ember Connect so that you can connect your cell phone to the trailer Bluetooth style just by pushing that button right there, and you can operate your awning and your lights and various functions throughout the trailer. Here's your dimmer lights for the inside of the trailer. Really cool. So Ashley Bontrager, their CEO and president, has a knack for interior design. And so she really focused on the interior of the trailer. Yes, we have a trailer that's been designed by a woman. We get that a lot. We hear that from a lot of people. They wish trailers were designed by females, and we now have it. And she's absolutely nailed the interior. Again, composite built trailer, However, they did use wood cabinetry, real wood. It's not an MDF or a press board. Solid wood cabinet doors, solid wood drawer fronts, solid wood table ends. All your cabinet framing is all solid lumber core screwed together wood. They did that for warming qualities. They wanted it to feel a little more homey on the inside, rather than industrial like a lot of your aluminum cabinetry and those sorts of things that you find in some of those other products in the industry. But even like, check this out, this is all solid stained, really good, really good. Like, look how tall this is. And they got the gas struts to hold up, so easy access. You can use two hands to access the contents in the cabinetry in this trailer, which is neat. 12 volt TV with your Bluetooth soundbar speaker that you can connect to. Again, this has a 12 volt refrigerator. All right, so you don't have to worry about dealing with gas and all those sorts of things. And with the solar on board and the inverter, very, very efficient. This is the way the industry is going. No more vents on the outside of your trailer to worry about, you know, ambient temperature outside, popping thermal fuses and, you know, those sorts of things. So great big pantry here. Tons of storage in this 20.5-foot travel trailer by Ember. Lots of drawers. And you're wondering, Clayton, where's the bed? Okay, well, the bed is a Murphy bed. I'm not going to flip it down, but right here they give you a real easy paddle latch that you can flip. You jackknife this sofa down. Actually, you know what? I could probably do this. So that's stage one. Flip that down. Stage two, flip this part down. Now what's cool about that platform right there, friends, you could work on it. It's extra counter space. And that panel is fully laminated, just like your sidewall. And I'm going to stand on it right now. Oh, and look, I'm out your Stargazer skylight. Super cool. Dual pane, these European windows in your Stargazer skylight are an acrylic dual pane window. Far more durable than a glass window that you typically find, but you've got shades. So this is a night shade. It's got a solar reflective backer to it, and then you've got your screen. So your screens and your Euro shades are all built right into the frame of the window, which is really, really neat. And very, very quiet down the inside of the trailer too when that's down. But that Stargazer skylight, when you've got your mattress folded down, then that's a residential queen size bed, by the way. When you're laying in bed, you can look up at the stars. Really, really cool. And then you've got this big window here as well. So lots of windows in this trailer. Every window opens. So it's a control module for your 190 watt Go Power solar panel. It's got a 30 amp charge controller on board as well. So I love that herringbone floor. Real nice. We're going to jump into that bathroom now. So they even mount the toilet paper holder. Look at that. That's a first. Huge vanity here. Real deep. She's thinking of the ladies. I even like the back light. Like when you look at this, it's not just a sticky strip, LED strip light stuck to the cabinet. It's in a proper track going all the way around, so that light isn't beaming you right in the face, right? I'm not one for the camera, so that's why I'm hiding out here. All right. And then huge closet. Check this out. Shelving. You can hang stuff here, or you've got a strap. This is a shelf. It's mounted, drops down, sits right on these rails right here. You have another shelf to put stuff. Beautiful. Big fan. Amber light for at night for the little ones, or you're not turning on a big bright light. Little ones, they for some reason don't like to turn the lights off in the bathroom at night. Well, in my house anyways. And then you've got your shower with skylight, great big shower. They use a shower miser on this. You're like, what is a shower miser? Well, let me tell you, that little blue pipe right there, so there's a valve. So rather than wasting your gray water capacity and your fresh water in the trailer, getting your water to the proper temperature, you turn this valve right here, and the water cycles through the shower miser rather than flowing out the head into your tank. And then when this blue pipe here turns white, you know that you're at proper temperature. So you can hop in and have your shower. Real slick, real simple, but it works. And again, thinking of the use of the trailer. So, absolutely fantastic product. I think I've given you enough. What do you think? I hope I have. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a shout. My name is Clayton Phillips. I'm at Woody's RV World in Leduc, Alberta, Canada. We are the exclusive Ember RV dealer in Western Canada. All of our dealerships are set up as service centers. We're slowly migrating the product into all of our dealerships. We've got them on ground here in Leduc. They're going to Abbotsford. They're going to Calgary here shortly. And we want to show you the product, get you camping in an Ember. If you're looking for a very well-made, go-anywhere type camper, if you're tired of poorly built product in the industry, if you want something that's a little edgier, a little different, something that you can be proud of, that people go and buy going, wow, that looks cool. This may be right for you. We'd love to get you down to our dealership here in Leduc, take you through Ember Cove, and go through the trailers with you. They've got bunk models available, non-bunk models available, and they're expanding their lineup. And we've got it all here at Woody's RV in Leduc. Again, thank you for your time. Take care. Happy camping. Be safe. And enjoy life.